Alright, so I'm not going to be paying attention to nuts and bolts over here for another 2.5 minutes, so fuck that game right now. So basically for right now, first character we're fighting is Link. Just back attack him, mess up back attacking him. Oh my god, what's wrong with the controller all of a sudden? It was working fine. Why does it feel like a... wait, shit. Okay, something's wrong with this controller stick right now. Alright, I don't know if it's a TV or what, but all of a sudden I feel like a dead weight with that. But anyways, gonna do Yoshi team. Where strat here is just press up and A to do the spinning attack, and that usually just kills them really well. Like Kirby's pretty OP, so it's like this spinning attack, A neutral, has a huge long hitbox. So like right there it hit him and it didn't even look how I was spinning. Get it ahead, ha ha ha. Attack them there. Oh my god. Will you please? There we go. Oh, someone tell me it's like when it's like 2:20 on the timer? Thank you. Alright, so right now we have Fox. The strat here is to go near the front of the ship. And then he's going to try to run over to us, so we're going to try to grab him, and then we're going to fail. We're going to just hit him down, and he's going to do a wing up, but it's no point. He's already dead. Next stage is break the targets, or as the game likes to call it here, break the tar. Look at all these targets we can hit. Whoops. Yeah, there's no reason to do the targets, so it's slower. Alright, so here's like really annoying RNG part of the game. Mario and Luigi are like the worst part of this run. Sometimes they cooperate, a lot of times they just don't. Like right there, I'll admit I messed up a little, but whatever. Alright, we got Mario down. Sometimes you get really bad partners, but luckily Captain Falcon's a really good partner. 220, alright. We got right here, we're gonna notice I'm not gonna be looking at the screen over here because I gotta wait, because I actually do have to do something here. You gotta do some high-tech movement over here. You just walk forward, and then about like 10 seconds in, mash A, right here. And wow, that was really technical, guys. I almost didn't make it. That's like frame perfect. Okay, Pikachu really screwed me over here. He's a real bitch. I hate him. Okay, I messed up there, but whatever. Come on, there we go. You just suck him up and kill him. Suicide strats, baby. And with Giant TK is another fucker over here. You have to do kind of a similar thing with Pikachu, but he likes to like move away a lot, and if he does move away, it just becomes a lot harder. And I messed up here. Whatever. Oh, there we go. Nice. Yo, Samus kept him on lockdown for me. What a base chick. Alright, so board the platforms. We should totally hit all these platforms, right guys? No. Goodbye. Alright, so now we're fighting our own brothers and sisters. Same strat here. This is pretty much the same strat for all the multi-team fights. You just hold up at A neutral, or air, whatever. And just attack them. You want to try to hit them on the left side, or from the right side, because otherwise they'll just like move all the way over there, and it kind of gets annoying. Alright, he just killed himself. That works. Oh my god, they're both rocking. Get out of the rock! Son of a bitch. Okay, whatever. Dude, this guy won't die. Alright, he's dead. Alright, this is one of the most annoying parts of the run right here, Samus. Just like the other two fights I said were the same. Also, over here, I'm going to have to pay attention to when the timer is at 9 seconds. I'm going to have to press Y. You're supposed to be racing Grunny over there, but we don't really care because it has no effect. Over on the Samus side, though, we're going to pause for 1 second just to be safe. Alright, good movement. Anyways, we have to try to like whittle her down because unfortunately there's no real way to just suicide strat with her because like there's lava at the bottom. So like if I try to do that, she'd just pop up. Oh, of course, and this is what's annoying about her. Alright, get over here, you. Yeah, you tried. Oh my god, dude. I swear something's up with this TV. Use this. There we go. Nice. Left right there. Oh yeah, and I don't have to pay attention to nuts and bolts for like another 5 minutes, so we don't have to do any more movement there. Here, Metal Mario, you just like roll backwards 3 times, suck them up, goes right in your mouth. Delicious. See, he agrees over here. This guy agrees. He knows how it is. All right, so Race to the Finland. A lot of times you can just run forward, but sometimes the RNG, because depending on what enemies get placed on the 3 rows, they can try to stop. They'll try to stop you, like the guy did earlier. Like this guy almost tried to stop me, so you got to try to adjust accordingly. Jump over these, what are they, bumpers? Whoops, I almost got hit by them. Okay, he hit me too, but doesn't matter. I think ideally you want like 35 or something, but it's not a big deal. Alright, the last of the multi-team crap, it's Fighting Polygon Team. I honestly wish they would use this music again, because it's like one of my favorite tracks in this game, but you don't hear it ever. They never use it again in any of the Smash Brothers games, and it makes me sad. Because it just sounds so, hype. I didn't want to use that word, but I couldn't think of anything off the top of my head. So apologies for the cringing. But yeah, same strat, up and A, or A neutral, air neutral, whatever. I'm not big on Smash terms, I just speedrun the game, I don't compete in it. Sue me. Alright, you're dead. Fuck. It's kind of, you don't want to take a lot of hits here. I mean, obviously you don't want to take hits in general, but like, if the more hits you take, like the farther they launch you, so it's like, that can cause some time, and sometimes it's just like faster to just death warp, die, and take an extra stock. Alright, that works. Alright, when I do the last hit, would you be able to tell me what the timer says? I'm just curious. Alright, so here what you want to do is like do the drill attack. I forget what one combination is. It's like A and down in the air. And then you want to like, once he's there, oh, no. See, this is going to be an RNG fight because they'll do a set of moves, but usually you want to like either drill him until he's nearby and then just do the up A attack, like back air, I think. And sometimes like right here, you want to use the rocks so it takes some extra hits on him as he's trying to hit you. I know there was a strat I had for that, but I completely forgot it. Alright, that's not good. Dude, it's RNG right now. This is like one of the worst attacks. You can't tick them at all. Alright, what was the time?
Okay, that was 8:30.
Alright. I don't think I'm gonna have time to watch the credits, but that was Smash 64, but unfortunately no credits. Sucks for us. You'll never know how the game ends. Alright, so now we're at Nuts and Bolts. Right now, Grunny just kicked her new cat friend because she hates her, and this is what she gets. So anyways, the cutscene's now over. That was about 9 minutes. That was Nuts and Bolts. I'm going to drop this box here. I'm going to talk to Mumbo as soon as he stops talking to us to deliver the crates. And we just beat the game. I hope you guys enjoyed Nuts and Bolts. See you guys around. No, okay, so this is like the tutorial sequence over here. Basically, they're just giving you a bunch of parts to use in the future vehicles. And right there, they were going to do another cutscene where they tell you how to build vehicles, but we can just skip all that, so we don't need to watch that. So I'm not going to be building anything in this run. For those of you who don't know, this category, in Nuts and Bolts, like when you delete a file, you can keep all the blueprints you have, even though you deleted the file itself. So we take advantage of that. So you'll notice that a lot of vehicles will have like partially completed stuff. That's because like all the vehicles are pre-made. So that like saves a bunch of time over the run, and because of that, we can just use a bunch of cool vehicles, which you'll see here. later. But for now, we're just doing a bunch of for the beginning. It's just gonna be all like crate collection, and it's also one of the hardest parts of the game. Right here, you see me collect crate. I think it's 30 or something. It mainly has like a medium fuel and a bunch of like body parts that we're gonna be using. I think the medium fuel is the biggest part. You're gonna. Oh yeah, this game is much quieter than Smash Brothers. That's what the confusion is. All right, so here I just hovered over that fence, and we're gonna wait till this text bar goes away. We're gonna talk to this pig guy. I forget his name. Is like Picklet, and he's gonna free Jinjos, or they're gonna activate the Jinjos because basically he thinks the Jinjos are Minjos, so he put them all in cages like that one. We only need one of the two. We're only gonna save 2 of the Jinjos though. In the overworld, if you save a Jinjo, it gives you a certain amount of notes, which is actually pretty helpful because we're going to need a bunch of notes to buy some Jiggies in just a bit. I'm going to save our first Jinjo over here. Green. He doesn't give a lot of notes, but it's really fast. Like, his jail cell is right here and his house is right over here. So it's pretty fast, and he gives you 25 notes, so it's pretty helpful. Right here, I'm going to exit the vehicle, and I'm going to do another hover. Oh yeah, by the way, you're not supposed to be able to do hovering. This is swanky game mechanics. There's no way they can actually patch it out, luckily. So we can just totally break the game that way and get a bunch of crates we're not supposed to get yet. Right here, I'm going to do another. Speaking of hovers, we're going to do one more crate hover. I forgot to mention this, but this part right here works on a timer. Like, Fit runs around in certain places, and he'll stop at certain places, like right here. And you need Fit for the tower combination, 1574. Someone try to remember that for me, because I already forgot. But with that tower combination, we get, I think it's Suck and Blow, which is an extremely useful vehicle part, which we'll be using right at the beginning, actually, in one of the first levels. For now, we're going to hover right up here. We should be able to we should be driving up this, but we don't have high grip wheels yet on this vehicle. Like, you can save all the blueprints, but you don't actually save the parts that you have if you delete a file. So we still have to do a bunch of collection, and also especially for like the overworld vehicle, the tray. So we still need to unlock those. Luckily, we will be getting the high grip wheels really soon. Grab this globe. We're just gonna throw it off, and it's just gonna land over there. We're gonna pick that up later, but for now, we're gonna hover straight to this tower over here, the one I mentioned earlier. Oh, and I forgot to mention, but the crate I grabbed right when I was in the theater district, which was where I brought the Green Jinjo back to his cell. That has a sticky ball, which is an extremely useful vehicle part. 1574, I think it was. Yeah. All right, we did it, folks.
We did it, Reddit.
I'm Reddit. All right. She's trying to threaten us saying the police are coming, but there's no police yet. But don't worry, the police will be making an appearance soon, and they will screw us over. So I hope you guys are excited for that. We're going to pick up this globe here. These globes, when you bring them to like a plinth in certain areas, this thing over here that is pointing at, and they'll unlock a new world. We're going to do that to unlock the first world right here. And we're going to go straight into Nutty Acres Act 1. I have to exit the vehicle if I have parts or crates in my vehicle when I'm trying to enter a world, because otherwise log will yell at you or tell you like, oh, well, we're going to save it in here because you can't bring them into the overworld or into the levels. So that would cost time and it's obnoxious. We're going to mash Y. Oops, I accidentally didn't skip the cutscene fast enough, but it's whatever. We're going to hold Y, and we're going to hold up and then, oh my god, and press Y immediately and talk to Klungo, do our first mission. This one's pretty simple. We're just going to make sure that Mambo is not on fire by driving over to him and talking to him. I'm sure he's fine. We're going to grab this crate here. It has a small jet engine, which makes this vehicle sort of faster. Small time saver, but it's cool. We're going to drive over the bridge and go to Grandma's house over here. Crash through this wall because fuck doors. We're going to talk to Mobo, and he's fine. So right here you're going to see that there's an unskippable. He's just going to tell us, oh, we got notes, Jiggy, and a trophy. This is the only time we have to watch through this. Every other time we can skip it, but you know, exposition, man. All right, so that's Nutty Acres Act 1. It's just the tutorial level basically, and we got a Jiggy out of it. Yay. I should mention that we're going to be trying to, like, you'll notice the Trophy Thomases. Basically what those are is every time you meet and beat a mission under a certain amount of time or under a certain requirement, basically just very well or very fast, they'll give you a Trophy Thomas, and every Trophy Thomas you get 4 Trophy Thomases you get an extra Jiggy for it. So we're going to definitely want to do as good as possible. We have, like, basically 1 trophy we can spare. And we have a mission that we specifically plan on skipping the Trophy Thomas for, but it's also a good backup if we mess up a mission, which hopefully it won't happen. But anyways, we gotta grab this Jiggy and bring it right to the center here, unlock the next world, and also because we're gonna be doing tamper switches, there's the thing called tamper switches that are scattered around the world. You just activate them and they'll give you a free Jiggy right off the bat, but you can't use them unless you collected your first Jiggy, so we do need to cash in a Jiggy first. Anyways, we're now at the docks. We did hit that warp, so we can come here right now, and what we're going to do here is we're going to grab these notes, and then we're going to hover to a switch in order to get the Jinjo, and also grab a crate while we're at it. Give me those. We basically need 375 notes by the time I exit Nutty Acres Act 2, which is like the 3rd mission we do, because we're really good at numbers and counting to 3, just like Valve. Alright, so we're going to do this hover here. You might hear it cackling, that's because there's actually a Minjo in it. So the vehicle box itself is actually pretty unstable, so like if it crashes or anything, it can just like mess up and I have to go back and catch another box. Also, if you might notice like that mess up there, the physics in this game are pretty wonky, so sometimes the hovering will work pretty well, and then sometimes it'll just happen like that where it'll mess up. Hopefully it doesn't mess up too much. That wasn't a big mistake, so it's not a big deal. I don't remember what this crate has, but it's useful for the mission, or for the run, according to my notes, so we're going to collect it. I don't actually remember a lot of why we collect these crates, I'm not going to lie, but I know that there was a reason for them, so trust me, I do have my reasons. Anyways, we're grabbing that Jinjo. Unlike the other Jinjo, this guy's house is all the way in Uptown, which is all the way on the other side of the map, so we gotta take him on a bit of a ride. Right here, we're gonna stop right when we get to this sand area, close to the water, and we're gonna run, because there's a tamper switch in here, and basically, once we hit that tamper switch, we're gonna warp right out of it, and it would obviously be faster to drive, but unfortunately, because we have we have a box and a Jinjo in it, if we try to warp out with stuff in a crate, the stuff in the crate won't follow us. So unfortunately, we do have to leave them behind for a little bit and do some little platforming. It's just like the good old days. Alright, so we got a free Jiggy. And a Y warp. Use the Y button to warp. That's the term I use for Y warp. Because there are certain ways you can warp out of areas. One of them you'll actually see in just a bit. But right now we're going to hit this warp because we're going to have to come back here later. And I'll explain why when we get there. And there's another tamper switch right under Club Goes Arcade. As you can see here, you got to try to control how fast or slow you're going when you're grabbing this, because like as you can see, the vehicle, the crate itself likes to just hover in the air. So you kind of got to slow down along with it. We're going to grab all these notes. And we're going to hit this tamper switch. We're going to try to hit this tamper switch. There we go. More cutscenes unlocking world that we're going to be going to. Alright, we're going to swim back to our vehicle. I hope our Jinjo didn't drown, man. That would suck. Bless you. Bless you. Bless you, damn. This guy got a cold over here. This Banjo's probably got a cold too since you've been swimming in water so much. Alright, so we're going to drive up here, and the reason we need to go to this Uptown area, as you can see, there's a arrow pointing to the house, which we're going to bring the Jinjo to. This arrow, however, can be kind of obnoxious sometimes, but as long as we don't see any shaking, we should be fine. We don't see any shaking, so we should be fine. Alright, so we want to hit this warp, because we are going to have to warp here later. Move. So you see a lot of these NPCs will just drive and jump in front of you. For some reason, they just love to, like, instead of getting out of the way when there's a car coming by, they just love to, like, try to, like, run in right into you. They probably want to try to use you to get sued for car crash. But whatever. Okay, so right here, we're going to try to hover up to this roof, because there's a bunch of notes and a tamper switch. We're going to try to get... Alright. Grab that note. Jump down here. Can you jump down a little faster? Thank you. Yeah, so this is one of the riskiest parts here, because that would have cost... If I fall down into the water right there, that would have cost a lot of time, because I'd have to basically use the warp like to get my vehicle back and then drive all the way back to uptown, which would suck dicks. Move. See, this guy's like totally trying to sue me. Look at them. What a bunch of scumbag. Taking advantage of the laws, man. How dare they. Anyways, we're gonna warp to the middle. There's a lot of stuff we're gonna be using in the middle. Usually you're supposed to, the only intended way to get here is by, there's a switch, like basically first you need the scuba seat, which lets you breathe underwater, and then there's a certain switch on the other side of town that you need to hit in order to open up a secret cave, which lets you drive all the way here. And the main reason you would come here is to like bring the Plymouth for Tower of Terrarium Terror, whatever the fuck it is. But obviously we want to get this stuff now. I'm kind of worried about this position. I'm going to try to do this to be safe. Okay, so right here is what we call a laser fence grab. You see me putting the crate on top, right next to the other crates, but it's on the other side of the fence, right? And then I use the D-pad to warp. And since basically what happens is the game thinks that you have the vehicle when you're the part crate when you're warping, to Mumbos or something. So when you come back, you'll see that I'll have all 4 crates in my vehicle. I probably described that really badly, but basically we need that crate. Basically it saves having to use the laser. Basically you're intended to use the lasers to grab that crate, to shoot that crate laser fence down to grab the crate. But we don't even have enough jiggies to have laser in the overworld. So or by the time we beat the game, we still won't have enough jiggies to get the laser part. So obviously we can't do it intended way. So, and that crate has a very useful crate. It has laser, which, okay, so you may be wondering, since I just said laser is not useful, or we can't use the laser until we beat the game the intended way. We basically you unlock the laser for the use in the overworld, but you can still get the laser part anywhere, anytime in the game. Alright, so here, this is the hardest mission of the game. We gotta hold forward, Y, grab this crate, egg, and we did it. Yay. You're supposed to follow her around and crash into her or something, but you can just grab the egg. So we got the high grip wheel, so now we can drive over the steep hills. Hooray, with this crappy vehicle. Got this long downtime. I feel bad because I feel like I was bad at describing that, whatever the glitch I did, but I'll try to explain it again next time. Grab that note, and then we're going to enter the second Nutty Acres, which we do third, because reasons. You're going to see here, we're going to be transforming into the Vroom vehicle, which is the main mode of transportation in the levels. It usually takes a few seconds to start, press pause, so we usually try to drive a little before the mission starts to get some extra distance. Nice, dude. I'm speechless. I can't say that's happened before. I'm trying to see if I could just get across. Oh, here we go. I could have just driven the vehicle back, but fuck it, I don't feel like it. Yeah, so you'll see some funny stuff because as great fast as that vehicle is, the physics are still up in the air. So for some reason it'll just crash sometimes, and you just kind of have to deal with it. Right here we're basically taking a bomb over to bottles because it's totally gonna explode. We're gonna attach that laser or a small engine to the back of the vehicle for some extra speed. Drive over this ramp. We're gonna do a rave party right here. Got some light shows going on. Are you feeling it up in the air? Wave your hands in the air if you just don't care. Are you feeling, wait, what's the song? Can you feel the love tonight? Well, fuck you then. You're dead to me.
I'm out of here.
Good. I need you anyways. You never understood me when we were in bed. Alright, so we got that mission down. Drive backwards. Open our wings. Spread our wings and learn how to fly. Come down here to Trophy Thomas. Now, if you guys loved Superman 64, you'll love this game. Because I know like one of the hottest things kids love to do these days is drive through rings. So then we're going to be doing that quite a bit during this run. This is a best 2 out of 3 race. He has this dingy little vehicle, and we got this fast vehicle right here that we're totally going to beat his ass with. Although I did do a sloppy start. It's whatever, though. Drive in here. Let that vehicle go wherever it pleases.
Where did it go?
Wherever it pleases. Yeah, to its family, to its people. Alright, so you might notice at the beginning of every race, like when I'm using this, I'll like spring up and then shred my wings out. Basically that's slightly faster than just like start driving, because like it just gets you like a faster start. And it's really helpful, especially if there's like a bunch of like there's a really rocky road, like when you're right ahead. It really helps to just like be able to just start whenever and then just get a good flight and just to get some good speed. Alright, so here we're gonna save Wumba from some rocks that are burning up the village, or the acres that are. We're gonna use this vehicle. It actually technically would be faster in-game time-wise to use a vehicle part that would be able to freeze everything, but getting that vehicle part is pretty slow, and this is the only mission it's really useful for. So instead of doing that, we're just gonna use the springs to knock the meteors into the water. You do that second one's pretty easy. Sometimes you can just like drive into it and then drive away and not even use the spring. This one's the one that's a real pain though. Just because as you can see there's a lot of terrain between this and the water. It's like it kind of likes to do its own thing, like right here, and it's really annoying. There we go. Right into the water, bingo. Take a little flight victory. Yay. Alright, and that's 90 acres too.
So what's world record for this guy?
It's 2:03:48, I think, by me. Hello. I'm the one who's stupid enough to do this. But I actually enjoy this game because it's a really fun game, but yeah. It definitely can go like sub 2 hours. I just haven't cared enough. Like, honestly.
No one ever will.
No, I'm going to do it someday, just not right now. Well, probably soon, actually. I do feel like getting back into this game soon. Anyways, all right, enough rambling. Okay, so here's like one of the only major RNG parts of the game. We're looking for Jolly Dodger. He's right over here. He can be in one of 4 locations. One of them is under the bridge, one of them is near the pier, and then one of them is right near Uptown. And then there's this right here near the lighthouse. He basically has 5 jiggies you need 75 notes for. And it's like really fast to get them and everything, so it's definitely worth doing, but it can definitely save and lose time depending on the location. So yeah, we're gonna warp back to this location. We did that because it's probably faster to do that than just driving all the way back here. And from here, we're gonna go back to the Plymouth. Fun thing that can happen here. I don't know why, but sometimes the jiggies just like to fall under the tray, and it makes me cry whenever it happens. Hopefully it didn't happen that time. It didn't seem to. All right, cool. So the reason why we get these now is so we can open up Madtaz Act 4, and the only other way we'd be able to open it at this current moment would be to have to actually like take the part crates or the jiggies from that Plymouth, the 90 acres Plymouth, and put them in. And that would require us to basically have to do 2 trips in there. So we're gonna do this trip anyway, so we might as well do it now while we need jiggies. Move. All right, so we're gonna do another laser fence grab right here. Like I said, you just line your vehicle up like so, not like that. Okay. Grab this crate, put it near the tray. Either like using D-warp to warp the Mumbos or entering another world will let us get that crate, because it basically thinks that we have the crate right now. Like it basically registered that we have a crate in our vehicle even though it's on the other side of the fence. So once we enter back in the world, we will have that crate inside of our tray, because great physics, man. All right, so here's a really cool vehicle. are a really fun mission right here. And by fun, I mean it's kind of annoying. It's really stupid casually. What you're expected to do is see, Fit here is going to do his morning run, so we're expected to just wait around and watch him run and hope that the enemies don't try to kill the enemies that are trying to thwart his day. But why wait for him to get to the end of his run while we can just bring him there, like so? And that's literally like saves minutes. There's a loading zone right here that activates when he gets to this point. So we can just bring him there instead of having to watch him run all the way around fucking Nutty Acres. Right here, we're going to run through more rings. Basically, Trophy Thomas is annoyed because Grunny's new cat friend thing beat him in a race. So we're going to avenge him. We're going to avenge our fallen comrade that just shit talks us all the time. This one's kind of oops, god damn it. The only problem with this, like the springing, is that sometimes if you don't spring high enough, like you can't activate the wings. Because the wings basically you basically have to like have nothing right next to you in order to activate these folding wings. Or grab this ring. Sometimes it's good to like right there to like deactivate the wings so you can like readjust yourself. Because it's like slower to have the wings on when you're driving, but when you're flying, it's definitely, well, obviously you need them to fly, but. Ugh. Oh. So a good time for this level mission is definitely sub 1 minute, and we're pretty good at going to meet that. I'm pretty sure, whoops. You don't actually have to have the vehicle. You have to drive with the vehicle. You can just walk into the exit or the finish line. You'll see us do that a couple times. Sometimes intentionally, a lot of times unintentionally, but whatever. It'd be faster than waiting for the vehicle to like stop throwing a tantrum over there. So it's whatever. I also forgot to mention, but there's a lot of missions we're going to be doing that are Log's choice. Basically, that means is Log will make the vehicle and we have to just deal with it and use it. Right here, this mission is you're supposed to bring a bunch of nuts over to that sucker. So it's like kind of obnoxious, but why? But you know, why bring the nuts to the sucker when we can bring the sucker to the nuts? You know. 14. We gotta get 14. Sometimes it's finicky because like there's always like one nut left that you have to like drive out of your way to get.
How does that barrel thing stay on?
Magic. It doesn't like to stay on sometimes, actually. Like, sometimes it's also faster to just, like, take it out of the vehicle and use it yourself. There we go. But yeah, a lot of times it actually worked really well there, but there's a lot of times where the crate will just, like, fall out, or the sucker will just fall out of the vehicle, and you have to keep putting it on. It's really weird when it does and doesn't want to work. Okay, so here's, like, probably the longest mission we'll do. It's really just a flight tutorial mission because, you know, we totally need it. We don't know how to fly at all. It's like a minute and a half long. And while we're also going to grab this engine right here for the speed. While it would be, we've looked into whether it would be worth it to replace it in another mission, but unfortunately this is like the slowest mission. Like this is like faster than any other mission we currently do in the route. So, unfortunately, have to deal. Or that we don't, any other mission we don't do in the route, I'm sorry.
Dude, why is this unfortunate? This looks easy.
Easy like your mom. Oh! Someone high five? Nobody? Okay, fuck you guys.
I'll get you on the next one.
Alright, cool. Alright, so he's showing us how to fly through rings. We're just being like Superman. So here we're going to do a loop-de-loop. This is really easy, except like my controller stick is kind of fucked. It's like up, so I have to like hold it up, down, or whatever, a certain amount of distance, or else it'll just like stall in midair, and that gets really annoying. He wants us to just knock over coconuts. I don't know why, but we're gonna do it because we just want his stupid jiggy. We're gonna learn how to land right here. You're gonna see me land right next to the right of this tree instead of like right in the middle there, because once I land, there's gonna be a bunch of crates that pop up, and we need these crates for the next section. He teaches us how to shoot things. So we're gonna shoot all 4 of these targets. That one break? Yeah, it did. Ugh, sometimes it's just really hard to keep this thing straight. Cool. Cool. Come on, there we go. Alright, so yeah, like a minute and a half. That was pretty good, I guess. When we're done with 90 Acres Act 4. We're actually pretty much done with 90 Acres for the next hour. We'll come back for the last couple missions, but for the last couple acts, but for now we're just going to move on to the next mission, or the next world, Logbox, which is probably the worst level in the entirety of all Banjo games. It's very compact, and you have to like drive around and there's so much shit going around. It's just really hard to navigate. All right, so here I'm not gonna actually activate this crate or use this, bring in this crate just yet. We're gonna grab this crate right now, and then we're gonna do our first Trophy Thomas trip. It's only 2 jiggies, but it's like they're worth it to get because basically we need every jiggy we can get right now, and we're gonna have just enough to open up all 4 acts of the first 4 acts of Logbox, which definitely helps over the course of the run. All right, so we're gonna cash in those 2 jiggies, and then we're gonna cash in these 8 jiggies we got from 90 Acres. Believe it or not, I usually just cash in the box first, and then the jiggies, but I don't know why I did it there. This text box right here, I don't know why it happens. It just happens sometimes, and it can't skip it because after that, there's something that I have to press Y to skip. But for some reason, it's really weird. Like sometimes it'll pop up, and then sometimes it won't. And I've been trying to figure out for a while why it happens, but so far I haven't found out any really good reason. So if anyone finds that out, they'll be my hero forever. And like try to prevent that from happening. I mean, move. More NPCs are in my way. Okay, so this is the worst hover in the game. I have to hover to the top of this vehicle, and we're gonna use this box here to hover. We're gonna use this position. This is the best position we can do it in. Luckily, the box is in the right position right now, inside the vehicle properly. So wish me luck here. Sometimes, like right now, the vehicle will just like fidget, so I kind of like have to use the control stick to adjust it before I fall off. All right, we did that fine, people. Hooray! All right, we're gonna grab this. This is I think this is the last tamper switch we get in the route. We get 20 jiggies now, so we have all 4. We can open up all 4 worlds and also get an extra vehicle part or 2 once we get 4 jiggies. All right, so by holding down the vehicle while I'm falling down, that prevents the vehicle from like toppling over as it falls down, so it'll always land like wheels first, just like a cat. So that's why I did that there. We use this plinth to open up Logbox, and then we enter it. And once I get up to the top here, I'm gonna try to, whoops, fell down. Whatever. I'm gonna try. There's 10 notes under the seat, or under this stairs that we're gonna grab while we enter Logbox Act 1. And like I mentioned, this is the worst mission, the worst world, and you'll see why in just a moment. I'm gonna mash Y because there is a cutscene that pops up that introduces you to Logbox, but we can skip it by the right timing, like I did just there. And this is one of the reasons, because these fucking CDs are just spinning you around like a record. This is the first mission. Basically, we're just taking an antenna and bringing it to the top of the world. We're going to use this vehicle right here. A lot of these vehicles you'll see the weird naming conventions. It's because I named them, a lot of them I got off of leaderboards. So I like to honor the people who made these vehicles by like naming the vehicles after them. I guess it's a nice thing to do, even though they probably don't even care about this game anymore. Alright. We crashed into a bunch of stuff. We still did our goal pretty well, I'd say. Where's the vehicle? Alright. So right here, we're going to go... sometimes you'll notice, like, I'll just go run over the vehicles, but some other times you'll also just Y-warp to get the vehicles back. It depends like, for some reason, the vehicles love to spawn in different places depending on the mission. Like, after the mission, the vehicles will spawn in a different place, and a lot of times it's just random where it spawns. Well, it's not random. It's, like, different depending on the mission. Anyways, right here we have to bring Mumbo, and he's basically trying to close this place for the day. So we have to go collect Mumbo and Wumba and bring them back to their home. All right. So it's actually faster by half a second to not use wing at the entire time, but it's kind of harder to do. But I like doing it because it looks really cool and it feels really good to get. So there we go. It was like 20 seconds. Hooray. We did it, Reddit. And that's Act 1. The downtime is pretty long, so like I'm gonna probably try to just talk about nothing in the meantime. But yeah, like we're gonna do Act 3 next. I also forgot to mention this, but like there's certain missions, like we did one of them already, that are called boss worlds. Oh, and after every first mission we do, there's just a cutscene showing that we have jiggies in that Plymouth. But there's like boss worlds, like this one we're entering right now, and all we do is beat Grunny in them. And by doing that, he gets a vehicle part. We get a vehicle part we can use in the overworld. Like the first world boss we fought, we get high grip wheels, and here we're actually gonna get where's the vehicle? Sinker, or not sinker, floating things, which actually isn't that useful. Well, it's useful to get to Banjo Land, which is the next world after this. But we mostly do a lot of these because they're just faster in general. Like this mission literally takes like 20 seconds if I can fucking get to Grunny. There we go. Whatever, good enough. I was trying to get right next to her, but you know, shit happens, man. This is the only mission where we're actually gonna be like once we enter the world, we immediately transfer into a different vehicle other than Vroom. We're gonna use this, or like once we enter a world, it's the only level where we don't use Vroom immediately because it's just faster because you just drive up with the carry yellow right that I used. Here we're just driving in circles. It's just like NASCAR but underwater. I think you're not expected to be able to drive into the water, but you totally can just do that. You just hold right to win. So like I said, it's totally just like NASCAR. I'm probably gonna get some hate mail for that afterwards. Anyways, we got our whatever. Huh?
I'll type up mine now.
Alright, thanks. I'll appreciate it. Be sure to double space it and do it in MLA format. Set your sources and everything. Well, no, you gotta use the whole, what do they call it? The thing at the end. You gotta set your sources or else you're stealing from charity.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like, you don't want to do that, man.
Is there another human that runs this game?
There's one other active, like, well, not, okay. So there's like 6 other runs on the leaderboard. And there's one person who did 100% once. The only other person who's put considerable amount of time into this run is Psycho, who's actually more well known for Glitch Fest videos and his Let's Plays. But he used to do this a lot, and he's kind of what got me into speedrunning this game. Because I watched him once, and I thought it was really cool, and I was like, I'll totally do this. And I was getting sick of Banjo Tooie at the time, so it was like the perfect transition. Everyone loved me for it, clearly. But yeah, he has like, his run is actually pretty decent. It's like a 2:06. And I only like cut, like, it took me like about a year. Like, granted, there's been a lot of changes to the run, so I had to adjust those constantly. But like on and off, it took me about a year to cut his time. And my run still is like only 3 minutes better than him. Also, this is the best vehicle in the game. It is a nail that you use to hammer down things. It's totally, no. I don't know why. A lot of people like to say this is really dirty, and they get really disgusted. And I'm like, are you... Yeah, no, people just need to get their head out of the gutter, man. I don't see why we gotta be such penises about everything, you know? And the water's just to, like, soften the vehicle. Or the only reason I have water on it is so I can soften the switches. Yeah. Totally. Alright, so that was heavy. We're gonna drive up now, because we gotta do race Wumba, more rings. We actually use a slightly slower vehicle called the Weak Flying Room to do this. And the reason is that there's so much shit in this fucking level that if we were trying to just speed through everything, we would just get fucked and we would just crash into everything. So we have to slow things down a little. Here I don't have to spring because there's just a long straightaway. So I can just like totally just drive and then use my wings to fly. Yeah, there's not much to say, just rings, and I hope I don't... This is actually a pretty tight mission, because if you hit anything, like, well, not a pretty tight, but, like, there's a lot of stuff. As you can see, there's a lot of shit I have to dodge and not get hit by. But if I like get hit, the thing about this game in general is actually if I like mess up once or get crashed into something once, it usually like costs. See, like right here, it usually costs a good 10-15 seconds because it's not just simply drive straight backwards and get back into the vehicle. No, I have to readjust myself manually, like so. And it's just like trying to put a thread into a needle most of the time.
Flying around this level sucks anyway.
Everything about this level sucks anyways, but yeah. But I guess that wasn't too bad of a mistake. Shit happens, you know.
You're winning.
I'm winning. I'm lapping her right now. Look at her.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah. Hey, embarrassing. Get it? Because we're bears. Oh, kill me. Alright, so that's the end of this mission here. I'm gonna leave. Let it go free. Just spin around infinitely in the air for whatever reason. Call back our vehicle. We're gonna do the next mission. We're gonna fail by crashing into a wall. But right now, right down below is Jolly. And he wants us to shoot up some enemies because they're basically trying to break this place. Where is it? Called the gun shit. There you are. So like you see these 3 signs over here. There's like 10 enemies we gotta kill because they're constantly trying to mess up everything. Like look, they're messing up the stream right now. They're literally killing Twitch as we know it. It's deplorable. How am I supposed to watch my video games and my hot speed games if they just keep fucking up everything, you know? Very word indeed. Alright, we do that because otherwise we'd land on top of the CDs, or I got the CD. See, that's exactly what I don't want to happen, because if he goes onto the CD, he'll just spin around infinitely, and it's like I have to go out of my way to kill him. That actually went really well. Usually, a lot of times they'll like try to crash into that thing, and then you have to like try to make sure that they stay where they are, and sometimes they'll just fly out of the doors, which is really annoying. Anyways. Next mission right here, we basically have to bring a ball into water to wet it and soggy, or you know, soften it up. I actually forget the real reason we do this, but we're gonna be using the vehicle called Ball Cyclomobile to grab it and then just bring it into the water. I think you're expected to like bring water onto it and then just spray it, but that's extremely slow and pointless. Probably not, but you can just, there's a water source right here, luckily, so. Unfortunately, we do have to wait, but we usually use this opportunity to grab some notes right over here. It is really good. I could also bring that guy down there in the adventure, which I used to do, but these notes are pretty necessary, so I kind of want to collect every note I can. There we go. Alright, so that mission's done. We got one more mission coming up. Remember right here. Basically, everything's overheating, just like a normal 360 would. So we gotta kind of cool it down with some water. The liquid squirter the squirter right here is pretty limited in how much you can use though. So we have to do refills once, because otherwise we won't have enough to finish the mission. This usually gives us just enough to finish the mission also. So we kind of have, like, it would be safer if I refilled twice, but that would take like an extra 20-30 seconds, so hopefully I don't have to. We only do light sprays too, because like doing light sprays just gives it just enough in order to cool down. See, like that's not, like sometimes the water is finicky when it wants to like spray, how much it wants to spray onto it. So like sometimes you do have to spray it 3 times. For this one I'm just gonna mash the button, and that should give us just enough. Yeah, I had just enough to finish that mission. And now we're done with Logbox for now. Next world that we have is probably everyone's favorite world, Banjo Land, just because it gives them so much nostalgic feels. So here's the fun part. As you get more jiggies, the police like just come in more and more. Like there's more police driving around. So you might see the police try to crash into us now. Luckily, they have very horrible detection for when they, like where you are. So like right now, he drove right by me, and he's probably like right over there. But since he's not staring at me, he does not see me at all. If they see you with jiggies, they're gonna try to ram into you because you're smuggling, and that's really bad. And like, there's plenty of fun times where I just all my jiggies will go flying everywhere, and you'll just see me in a sulking ball of tears. Anyways, now that mission's over, we're going to Banjo Land, like I said. Grab this plinth, bring it back, grab this globe, bring it to the plinth, which is right over there near Trophy Thomas. And there's more downtime. We're just basically what I want to do here is try to make it so I bring like that. That's really good because it'll land us right in the water. Although usually it would drive you forward, push you closer to the first world rather than backwards. But it's whatever. Mash Y again. Skip the cutscene. I think we got it. Yeah, we're fine. Hey, look, it's a sub from Banjo Tooie. I remember that. Good times. Oh, hey, it's Clankers from Banjo Kazooie. I remember that. Good times. Never scarred anyone ever. So we're basically right here. The mission is we have a bunch of grunty bots or whatever they're called are trying to shoot Clanker's eyes for whatever reason. So we're gonna try to stop them. They're usually, you'd expect it to just wait there and wait for the bots to come towards the eyes, but you can just like drive over here and spawn camp. Totally fine. There's a certain spot you want to sit in. It's a little bit finicky, like to get that spot. Like right there, I messed up the spot, I think, but whatever. So we're just gonna wait. And just take a time to just read a book, check your texts, do nothing. It's like I'm playing a Call of Duty game or something, although spawn camping, right guys? It's Call of Duty or some other fucking, I don't know, it's some shit game that a bunch of bros play. Why play Call of Duty when you can play this? Like, see, I got shooting. Yeah, exactly. It's the manliest of man game. Alright.
Far enough underestimate, could you also do a run of Tonko Saves the World?
If you guys want, I've actually been considering doing that, but I haven't pressed it in forever, so I'll probably fuck it up a bunch. But anyways, this is one of the most obnoxious missions of the game. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to be far underestimated, but the only thing is, like, we're really behind schedule, I think, so I don't know if they'd want me to do that. It's like 10 minutes to do.
It's like a couple hours. It's pretty hard.
It is actually really hard, and I haven't, especially since I haven't done it in a while. It'll probably take me a while, but okay, so basically you're trying to bring George over here, over to his wife, with this shitty-ass vehicle. And as you saw, it took me long enough to get to him because I kept crashing and everything. So now we got to bring him back up the fucking hill. And we got to do it under a minute, too. So clearly this mission deserves a lot of love and attention. And like, while I'm, like, capturing perfectly, there are a lot of times where he'll just slide off that fucking ramp because he's a prick. Get the fuck out of my fight. We actually did that first time, which I'm pretty happy about. Because I think during practice, like when I was doing practice runs back home, I was messing that mission up every time. And I didn't even practice it here like I told myself I should have, so I don't know, I got lucky. Alright, so here's another racing mission. Unlike the logbox one I mentioned, where's the vehicle? We have a separate vehicle for this that's not the fastest one because if we use the fastest vehicle, we just basically be crashing into a bunch of shit because all these are really low to the ground. So it's actually faster just to use this flying room, or the weak vroom too, which is different from the weak flying vroom because it doesn't have wings, or it does have wings, but it's built to not use the wings. I don't know why it has wings, don't ask. Anyways, so you might notice that I have a propeller on top of the vehicle. Believe it or not, that helps. Oops. While backing up is really obnoxious with it, it helps the vehicle like stay on the ground more, because otherwise the vehicle would just be like spinning out of control more often as I was trying to drive. So it's actually pretty helpful, as weird as that sounds. The game has some weird physics in general. You just kind of have to live with it.
It can be really stressful.
Yeah, it's I like to call it RNG physics because it's pretty much what it is. Like you saw earlier, like with one of the Naker's missions, the vehicles just love to just crash sometimes, And for some reason, when the vehicle crashes, I swear I don't have any proof that this happens, but I swear to God, when you like crash into something, the vehicle just acts worse. Like it is more likely to crash into something if you crash in head first. Like I don't know why that is, but and then sometimes it just likes to spin out of control too. Luckily, it didn't do it that badly. And I'm just talking every vehicle in general, but that's Banjoland Act 1. Now we just gotta watch another cutscene and we're gonna enter Banjoland Act 2. Banjoland Act 2 is one of the shortest missions. It's like the shortest non-Banjo, or non-boss acts that we do. Or it is the shortest non-boss acts we do. We only go in here for one Jiggy, and that might seem pointless, but like the time it takes to the other mission that we used to do in Banjoland Act 3 was really obnoxious. It took like a minute and a half to do, and like a lot of times longer because you basically have to like carry 3 guys with this shitty ass vehicle all the way. Like you have a snake-like vehicle that you carry all the way over to the end, and grab 3 guys all along the way. And this mission here literally takes like 10 seconds.
Oh, dude, I hated that mission. I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like really stupid. And between like just doing this mission, that he just wants to play. I don't know why. Between doing this mission, exiting, and entering the world, it is like only takes a minute. And you'll see why in a second. I don't have any vehicle for this because I don't need it. I'm gonna hit this trash, flip it around. You're supposed to bring the trash up to the trash can, but we can just do this. It takes like 9 seconds.
Grab that Googly's where it belongs.
Oh, boy. I actually do want to play that game someday, but I've heard it's pretty crap. Or mediocre.
I also want to give that a try.
Yeah. I love Rare, because even, like, say what you want about the games they make, they still have their good old self-referential humor. Or whatever you want to call it. Whoops, I crashed into the planet. Whatever. Alright, so we still have 2 more acts left to do. Banjoland Act 3 isn't too bad, and Banjoland Act 4 is a boss act, so they're all pretty fast. You see this laser fence here. See, the thing about nighttime is I really hate when it's nighttime when you're doing like laser fence stuff, because you can see right there, it's just blinding, and it makes it really hard to do laser fence grab. So you might notice also like the vehicles love to change, like the overworld loves to change the time of day. I don't know why they did that. I think it's just for effect, but like it really doesn't have, like the mission or the time of day just change. I don't know why it changes the time of day either, but like sometimes it can screw you over, like at the nighttime if you're trying to do laser fence grab stuff. So hopefully it doesn't do that, because I have to do a laser fence grab right after this act. Right here we have a vehicle. It's really, it's called Slow Cobalt, and I call it that because it's slower than the other vehicle I used to use, but it works a lot better for this mission, because as you can see, there's a lot of sometimes it's faster to just restart the mission, because I don't know what I crashed into. It was just like some idiot just lying around and swimming, but, yeah, so there's a lot, like you saw there's a lot of shit flying around, and it makes it a lot easier to navigate through these tunnels, or these rings. If I can just control my speed a little. But we're just basically doing a race against, I forget who. It's like Blubber and some other guy. Probably Klungo. Wait, what'd you say?
Some jerk.
Some jackass, yeah. And as you can see here, the game... thing is, like, even though it's a game from 2008, the game still loves the lag for whatever reason. And that can cause some issues. Like, right here, you can see, like, because there's a lot of stuff going on, like, all these birds just swimming, and the whale that's just there. It kind of becomes annoying. And also, like, some reason, like, sound effects just love to disappear at random. I did too. That's why I was like, wait, what the fuck? And, like, right there, at random, the stupid parts can just, like, the birds or whatever can just like crash into you and make you spin out. That was almost a 1 minute if it wasn't for that fucking bird or whatever it was. Okay, on to the next mission. Right here, we're basically just going to turn on some security cameras. I missed the landing, whatever. We're just going to use a regular vehicle because we don't actually need the vehicle itself to activate these cameras. We're just going to drive over to them. This mission's pretty easy except for the very beginning. There's a guy that can blow over the security camera if he driving towards it, or if we're facing towards it while he's blowing his shit. So we want to crash into him, and of course I messed it up because I couldn't fucking get just to hit him fast enough. And yeah, that's why this mission sucks. Also, there's a gold note there. I wanted to grab that, but I can grab it later. Alright, so we want to like drive around him so like he tries to face us, but not face the so he won't face the switch right here. Because if, like you saw, if he topples it over, I have to like bring it back to the starting location, and at that point it's just faster to just restart the mission. All right, cool. For some reason it didn't want to land. Please land. So as you're seeing, this is more examples of how RNG physics is at work. What a beaut it is. And the last one's right underwater for whatever reason. So we're just gonna ditch our vehicle because we don't need it and we just swim right to the switch. And ta-da! Alright, next mission, or next act. So we're gonna be setting up, like I mentioned earlier, we have one more laser fence grab we just didn't set up. You can technically set it up right before Act 3 as well, but the thing is, I like to set it up before Act 4, because after you get this, because when you beat Act 4, you'll get the spring attachment to this vehicle, and that makes setting up the laser fence grab a lot more obnoxious. So, it's whatever. It doesn't really make a difference time-wise. At least I don't think it does. Alright. So, like I mentioned earlier, you set the vehicle up and have the crate attach, like, on the other side of the vehicle, or on the other side of the fence, like, but touching the vehicle in a way. And once I exit this world, I'll have the crate in my hands. This is the only mission where act we don't, like, transform, like, change into the vroom vehicle, because the mission's right over here. Also, I grabbed that 10 notes, because I still need notes, because I'm going to be doing one shopping trip towards the, after Nutty Acres Act 5 and 6. But anyway, so this mission's really easy. She just spring jumps around, and you're trying to, like, you have to try to break her off. But doing this part, using this vehicle, you can just use a laser, and then she's dead in, like, 3 seconds. The hardest part about that mission is actually building the vehicle, because it's really fidgety, or it's like not fidgety, but it's like really specific of how it wants to work. Like, you have to have it, you don't only just have to make it so like it's a certain height, you have to have it in an exact position. Like, if you have one part that's off by a little bit, it'll just not work. It's really annoying. Alright, so yeah, more blinding fence light, but it doesn't matter because we got the crate. What I like to do here is I like to grab this crate and throw it out of the vehicle temporarily, because if I didn't do that, there's a chance that the jiggies right there will just fly out. Okay, the annoying part is grabbing this fucking crate like that. But yeah, like the jiggies would just fly all around. Okay, so it looks like it's gonna crash here, and it totally did almost crash. I've been having a lot of issues lately where the vehicle looks like it's gonna crash, but it was crashing. Like, I want to say that it never does that, but every run I've done so far that I've derusted, it just had issues, like right there, where it just like all the vehicles just go spilling. I don't know. This game's weird, man. Unfortunately, we have to just do some chucking. They didn't even do the Visicry music because it just doesn't care at this point. Okay, I can't even see. And this is what the time changes of the time of day do to me, man. They make it so obnoxious. I gotta put the crate back onto the fucking vehicle so I can deposit the crate and the parts. I also don't remember what's on this vehicle or the crates list. Guess we'll find out in a second. Large jet torpedo and some other shit. Those are all useful because of speed and the torpedoes we need to shoot things later on. Alright, so right here we're gonna grab this Plymouth and go to the Gigaseum, and we're gonna do my favorite hover in the game. This is called the Fence Hover. I call it the Fence Hover, but also we have spring because of Vangeland Act 4, and that does come in handy for a lot of spots, like you'll see right here. I warped to the wrong spot. Wasn't thinking. I wanted to go to the docks. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we're going to... I hate myself. I was not trying to crash into him, and now he's going to screw me over. Great. Just great. So we're going to try to hit this thing over here and hope that they stop beeping at me. Because I kind of need them to stop.
They want to hover with you.
I don't want them to hover with me. Crap. Okay. I hate you guys. I hate all of you. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. We're going to put this fence over...
Fucking destroyed. Holy shit.
That's nuts and bolts for you guys. Okay, so now that they're finally gone, what we're going to do... They do. They just lose interest after a while, and like you hope that they do faster than that. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this fence on top of this vehicle. We're going to jump onto the vehicle, and we're going to hover all the way to the crane right there. So the reason I have to do this is because I put that plinth on the magnet right there, and the only way to put the plinth into the not the plinth, but put the only way to put the globe into the plinth is by getting onto the top of this crane and then putting the globe into this little fucking doohickey here, and it's just gonna roll all the way to the plinth. But yeah, the fence hover looks really cool when you do it right, like I did there. I almost messed it up. I mean, I didn't mess it up setting it up, but actually doing it, I just barely got it. But that saves time over having to drive all the way up to the hill and then like climb up the top of the crane. And it looks really cool too. So it's rolling around at the speed of sound. It's got places to go. Gotta follow my rainbow. Alright, so now that we do that, we'll let go of that, grab this note here, and then we're just gonna warp back to the area near the Act 1, and we're gonna enter Act 1. We're gonna not crash into that fence, or that pole. It's funny because once you have the spring, you can just like, for some reason, when you're entering worlds, you can spring right after entering it, and it'll still send you there. I don't know why. It doesn't actually remove the vehicle from the map. It just like makes it invisible, so it's really funny. I'm gonna fail at skipping that cutscene. We're gonna just drive, change into the room. I'm gonna talk to you. We're gonna mess up talking. Okay, so sometimes when you try to talk to them, they're just gonna, it ends up hitting them by accident. Yeah, it totally fucking is. So you just have to wait for them to just bitch and let them bitch and then just be on your way. So here we're gonna use the Pen 25 sucker. What we're supposed to be doing is blow all those blocks off of the target thing over in the middle. And it usually only takes 10 seconds. This is where the second blow comes in handy. Also. There we go. 12 seconds, not too bad. And from here we're going to... Where are you? There you are. Fucking get over there. There we go. Alright, so we're going to drive up the top here, and what we're going to do here is... There's a ramp here, and we're basically trying to get some distance. And that's just going to fly over there. Alright, so we're just going to use the standard vroom vehicle for this. And you're expected to just like fly off the ramp and get a certain amount of distance, but we can just skip having to drive over the ramp. And we're going to change the wing here. And we have just enough distance unless we mess it up a little. It sometimes happens, but I think we're good. Yeah. So we got a good landing and everything. That was really well. That worked really well. Like sometimes it like just flies up and stays in the air a little, and sometimes it's just too low. So it's kind of a finicky mission, but we got it to work well. Got more downtime. You can read a donation if we had any. I thought you guys cared about space. Wait, what were you saying?
I said you can make up your own donations if you want.
I donated $4.20 to your mom's vagina. Thank you.
Oh, dude. All right, right here.
Thank you. Totally made up dumb memes. Okay, so we're gonna do Act 3 and then Act 2. Basically, by doing it in this order, right after Act 2, we'll land right next to the jiggies, where the jiggies are spawning, so we can collect them really easily. And change into the room right here. Gonna fly down, and we're gonna do another race mission. This mission is pretty obnoxious. Whoops, I overshot that landing too much. Whatever. Alright. So this is just more... Oh, I'm sorry. We don't go in the rings this time. We're actually playing it different. We're trying to be new and exciting. We're just going through boxes over here. Or squares. Because I think they're trying to tell us that we're a bunch of squares. But we're going to prove them wrong. Rare can suck my dick if they think I'm a square. Alright. So the annoying thing about this mission is that if you like mess up a little bit, like you'll run out of fuel. Because of the amount of fuel we have. We don't have enough fuel to like finish. We have just enough fuel to finish this mission before it'll run out. So what'll happen most likely is that I'll just run out of fuel and then I'll just be floating in the air for like 5 seconds and then I'll just like automatically give me a small amount of fuel at a pity. I always forget if it's this mission that has that pain in the ass or it's the other mission. There's another racing mission that we do in Act 2 later on. It might be this one because I see it's pretty fucking low right now. So, like, the annoying thing is all about fuel management here. Oh, never mind. We have just enough still. Good. Cool. I'm going to call our vehicle back. Spinning this camera right round, baby. And right here, we're going to actually land right away from bottles. And the reason is, there's this note right here that if it stays there, it'll mess this mission up. So basically right here, we're trying to like kick this ball. And we have a vehicle pretty aptly named Kicker to kick it in away. And it's just like kind of RNG based because where the ball will land is completely random. It'll almost always, if we do exactly what I did there by holding down the throttle and then kicking it immediately at the start, it'll always be like 500, but the RNG doesn't come from there. The RNG comes from where it wants to land. Like sometimes it'll stop right here if it would want to be nice, and then sometimes it'll just roll like so we have to watch it roll. The only thing that I worry about sometimes is landing down where those arrows are, because then it'll just slowly roll all the way down to the bottom of the ramp, going underground, and that'll like cost like a fucking half a minute or some shit. But that wasn't too bad. Call the vehicle back again. I face towards the boggy over there because that's where I'm going to be going next. And the vehicle likes to face where you're going next. Probably didn't need to spring jump over there, but whatever. Alright, so he's playing pirate over here, but what we're also going to be doing is, we're going to use the ball cycle mobile again, because we basically, as weird as this seems, this is the fastest, like this is actually like a vehicle that got on the leaderboard time, but it can take like 40 to 50 seconds, depending on whether the balls want to cooperate. So you're going to slowly go down, grab this ball. The annoying part for this mission, we gotta like grab 3 balls. The annoying part in this mission comes like if I accidentally grab that fucking pole right there or the pole that's coming up, they'll just like stay attached, and that can kick some balls off of the trophy stands or whatever they're called. Grab this right here. Okay. Turn around. Now if I want to be risky, I could totally just dunk it in. Let's see if I can do that. That wasn't a really good dunk because I was pretty high up, and I messed it up, so that's what I get for trying to be cool.
It's never worth it.
Yeah. You gotta just be squares like Brer told us to be. It's the only way. Play it safe. Alright. There we go. Sometimes what can happen is also like that vehicle, it can like sometimes the balls will just force the vehicle underground. Or like partially underground, so like the sticky ball will just be underground and you can't drive out, so you have to restart the mission. That's happened once or twice. It makes me want to cry when that happens. It's really horrible. What does it say? Alright, so now that we're done with Act 3, we're going to go back in time and go to Act 2. It's right over here in the back. Ideally, the vehicle would land right in front of the door, but it didn't. So I gotta like exit it awkwardly. Alright, so we're going to drive over that way. Vroom. And we're going to talk to bottles again. So we're going to be using Pen 25 one more time. And because we want to play dominoes. a real fun game right here. We got all sorts of mini games inside of here. Dominoes, kicking balls, I don't know, Superman 64. It's an all-in-one game. It's amazing. All right, so we hold down the second blow, and it's just gonna blow the dominoes away. You only need 30 knockdown to get the trophy, but this is the fastest way that we currently know of. Unfortunately, you have to sit through watching it knock down like another 60, but it's whatever. It only costs like an extra 5 seconds over. I mean, maybe one day I'll stop being lazy and actually make a vehicle that knocks down exactly 30, but it's, yeah. A lot of things, making the vehicles is pretty obnoxious. Like, a lot of vehicles that we made here, like, just took forever to make. Like, that one, like, took forever to figure out that mission, just because of how, like, every time we tried, we would only get just barely enough, and it would come down to RNG. So this is another racing mission. Luckily, the game decides to be nice to us again, and they think we're a bunch of, make us go through rings, trying to not mock us, think we're squares anymore. Alright. I do probably have to be careful about my fuel management here. I don't remember. We'll see. I think this one's actually shorter than the one in Act 3, like by a few seconds, but we'll see. Ugh. It's funny because all of them over there are just like driving and I'm just flying. So like they're all like, most of these racing missions, you just fucking lap them because you have the best shit. Like the reason why I did so much like crate collecting at the beginning of this game, I kind of didn't, I guess I might have explained why, but it basically, like missions like these, they'll just take forever if I didn't, like they take so long with the parts that you're supposed to have at this current point that just collecting, going out of your way to collect all the best shit just really helps because like you saw there, I just blew past the competition. Like there were still like 1 or 2 laps behind me when I finished. All right, so after this loading screen decides to let us drive, we're gonna collect these jiggies, and we're gonna crash into that fence right there because then it just opens up automatically for us for whatever reason. And we're gonna come over here. I think that was all 7. Yeah. And whoops. Okay, so this is pretty obnoxious because this hill can make us tip over if we're not careful. Right there. Yeah. Somehow, luckily, I don't know. Well, we dropped some there, but it was only 1. I don't know. Sometimes, luckily, even though it tips over half the time, it just likes to not let them all drop, which is good. Luckily, there's no police around either. Oh, we dropped another jiggy. That happens. I'll get it. God damn it. Watch through all 3 of these cutscenes for whatever reason. Okay. Alright, I tried a thing, and that just didn't work out. Oh my god, stop talking. Log, look at that. That's not supposed to happen. I hear Can you get in? Oh my god. It won't get in the fucking bank. Damn, dude. Thank you. Alright, so now we're going back to Nutty Acres Act 5. Or Nutty Acres. This mission right here is one of the hardest, if not the hardest mission in the run. We get to see our old friend Patch again. And this is one of those examples of a vehicle that took forever to figure out, and I still don't feel like it's the best vehicle we have. Or the best it can be. Also, fun fact, sometimes, for some reason, the vehicle, I never figured this out, but if anyone can figure this out, some reason when I start that mission, or change the vehicle sometimes, like, the vehicle will just, spawn me all the way right near this volcano. And there's a video on my channel somewhere if somebody wants to go look for it, but if anyone can figure out why, they'd also be my hero, because I would save a bunch of time. So, okay. Anyways, rambling aside, so you have to shoot down his patches again. The problem is, a lot of times he'll just fidget around, and you have a very strict time. You want to try to get the 2 nose ones first because they're kind of the hardest ones to get. This is gonna get him. And the hitboxes are wonky. all that. I apparently hit one right there. This is actually really ideal what's happening right now, believe it or not. You're gonna drop those right now. That, of course, didn't hit them. Like, I was hoping that they would hit the patches, but you know how this game likes to be. Oh my god. There we go. Okay, so this is the annoying part right here is, like, luckily they're all facing, like, the front. Because, like, when they're on the bottom, they're kind of a pain in the ass to hit. And you have to, like, get close enough so you can actually hit them and know what you're doing, but not far enough so that you won't, like, lose parts, like I just did there. We got 2 more. Oh, we got 1 more. Dude, that was almost sub 1 minute. That was actually really fucking good. Like, the fastest I've ever done that mission is 43 seconds. But because of how finicky the patches are and how stupid, like, this patch is and, like, where the patches are, and, well, the patches are always in the same location, but, like, just that mission can, like, go 1.5 minutes easily if you're not, like, if he's not cooperating. It's really annoying. It, like, almost never happens that I get sub 1 minute. Okay, I already forgot what vehicle I was supposed to use. Shit. There we are. Okay, Boat Gun 3. You know, it's based on the game that we all love and adore, Banjo 3. So basically here, there's a bunch of, like, boat enemies that are trying to take over 90 acres for whatever reason. So we just have to shoot them down. So we're going to spin around here because there's a lot of them right over the base. We can scrape quite a bit of them. We only need, like, 8 or 9 before we can leave. And we can just shoot the rest down. And this is where also the torpedo comes in handy. But the problem with the torpedo is that, like, a lot of times you'll see it'll, like, look like it's hitting the enemy, but it doesn't. Like, right there, like, the shot at that enemy, but it didn't blow up. So, like, I don't know why, but the torpedo just likes to not kill things sometimes. Okay, so right here, he's hungry and he wants boiled eggs, so we're gonna boil this egg for him. The fastest way is actually to use a flamethrower to burn the egg alive, or to burn the egg, and then just kick the pole down. But unfortunately, getting the flamethrower takes so much time that it's just faster to do this and drag the vehicle over there. It's really sad because it had one of my favorite vehicles that you guys don't get to see. It's called Fire. It was kind of similar to Heavy, so you know it was a good time. But anyways. We gotta, like, try to carefully hover down. Like, this vehicle is programmed when it has the propellers on to, like, just hover up. So sometimes you gotta let go of the vehicles. So we're gonna burn ourselves alive while burning the egg, and then we're gonna drive it right over to Klungo. And I'm gonna try to, like, land straight into the target over there by dropping down like an airstrike. Boom. You want your fucking eggs, baby? Alright. Yeah, I hope he's happy. So that's anything under 50 seconds is pretty good for that mission. Alright, so here's a pretty annoying mission, but with some cool strats. We're basically going to plug up holes here. What we're expected to do is use the nuts that are from this farm in order to plug up the holes, but we don't need them. We can just use the enemies there's a bunch of enemies that are attacking, trying to hit you around guard every water pipe here that we can just use to attack them. I don't know why it's being so laggy right now. A lot of the difficulty in this mission comes of where the enemies are. Like, right now, the enemies are a lot farther than they really should be from the fucking thingy. Whatever those are, the pipes or whatever. But it's not too big a deal. And then there's one really cool strat we do towards the end, which you'll see. Now these guys, they love to, like, just drive around you, so luckily they are easier to put in. But sometimes, like, right now, the guy's still fucking me over, so I can't actually, like, for some reason, when he's, like, rubbing onto me, I can't put one of the enemies into the hole. It gets really annoying. Okay, so right here is one of my favorite strats, right here. We're gonna try to land on him. And by doing that, like, if I didn't land on him, I'd have to wait for him to continue blowing me. The only thing is that sometimes, like, it doesn't want to stay, because it's, like, rectangular compared to the other two, which are like circular. It sometimes doesn't want to stay in the hole, so we have to kind of, like, force it in by hitting it. All right, so last mission of this act is from Mr. Fit. This is kind of similar to the one in 90 Acres Act 4, I think, where you brought the sucker, or where you have to bring a bunch. Oh, hold on 1 second, let me think. Okay, there it is. Where you're expected to, like, bring a bunch of nuts to the sucker, but just like over there, why bring the nut to the sucker when you can bring the sucker over to the nuts. And we got I think our last appearance of Ball Psychomobile. It's a pretty well versatile vehicle. The annoyance in this mission comes for, like, as you can see, like, sometimes, like, you have to, like, land it in a certain way. And I think sometimes, in some cases, it's actually faster to just, like, drop the sucker and then just drop onto this platform and suck the rest of them. But it's kind of annoying because, like, sometimes, like, it'll just, like, fall straight off, so I try not to go for that. Also, like, it looks like there's a timer that just, like, we'd have to wait 3 minutes in order for the mission to end. But once you get, like, 4,700 points from there, you can just, mission just ends automatically. So it's Muddy Acres Act 5. Right after this, we're going to make another Jiggy trip. Or Trophy Thomas trip. Because we got, like, to open up Act 6. And by doing this now, we can avoid having to do 2 Jiggy trips using the Jiggies right over here. Whoops, I'm dumb, because I'm supposed to be driving to this warp pad. Alright, so one annoying thing here is, as you can see, there's the police. The more Jiggies you get, the more policemen that try to come and stop you. So right here, there's very real possibility that he'll just start activating and try to crash into me. Especially since I'm being really slow into driving onto the platform, but it's good. What I want to try to do here is, like, spring jump right after the Jiggies spawn in, so I land right in front of the door. That was pretty good, although it would have been better if I landed at the door, but no big deal. Still looks really cool. Alright, so Act 6. This is the first mission coming up here is the one mission where we're not going to go for the Trophy Thomas, and you'll see why in a second. But basically, we're not going to have we're not going to be it's going to be freewheeling. It's called freewheeling something, and we don't actually drive. We just let the vehicle roll. Okay, crap. I think it's like Freewheel Festival. Yep, I guessed right. Alright, so we're going to use the weak flying room one more time, and we're just going to roll around. The reason why we skipped the Trophy Thomas in here is because we need 800 for the Jiggy, and then 1,500, I think, for the Trophy Thomas. So it's like much slower to have to just watch it roll around a lot, like for an extra like 800 points. We're going to roll down the ramp, roll down this ramp, and we're going to, after we come out of this pole, we're going to try to crash into these pipes. Not this pipe here. I mean, we could crash into that one, but it's kind of finicky. Crash into this pipe, and it immediately stops us, so we got 800. Just enough for the Jiggy. Call back our vehicle. And this is another mission that's one of the most worst in the game. We're basically forced to... Hold on. I think we have more than enough notes. We're basically forced to use this really shitty vehicle. And we have to basically grab all these nuts and drag them over to Mumbo and then drag them over to the pier. I forget why exactly, but I think it's inspection or some shit. Now, it would be a lot faster and easier to edit this vehicle so that, like, it would actually be drivable and workable, but, like, the time it would take to edit this vehicle to make it manageable, it would take over a minute. So it's just much faster to just deal with it. The problem with this vehicle, like, for one, it spins out like you saw right there. But another problem is, like, sometimes there's a risk where the vehicle will just, like, get caught on something, and you just can't get it out of that ditch. And there's certain spots like these, what do they call it? The river bed over here is a pretty good spot where it can just get caught on something. Luckily, it didn't right here. This bridge is also a pretty good spot. If I'm, like, not completely straight, there's a chance that I could, like, crash into this part. Like, oh, that was risky. Like, I could have fucking lost that right at the end. That would have sucked nuts. And bolts, too. Okay, so, right here, the next mission, how many notes do I have? Alright, so I wanted to check my note count, because I need 430 notes after this, but we have more than enough notes. For those who don't know, you get 10 notes for beating every mission you beat. You get 10 notes automatically, so it adds up. So we got to do a shopping trip. So anyways, this vehicle mission right here is probably one of my favorites. because you can just drive super fast and just let everything, like you just let it go, so you can unleash your true potential speed. There's only one turn here that's kind of annoying. Other than that, it's pretty easy. You just go Speedy Gonzalez. The only thing is, there's a bunch of boxes littered around the stage. I missed them at ball ring. I'm stupid. So much for being speedy. All right. So anyways, the only other problem is, like, you see these boxes lying around, and it's kind of funny. The boxes themselves, some of them will, like, if you crash into them, they'll just, like, spin out, like, or go out of the way like that. They'll just spin out of control. But sometimes, like this box right over here, right near the end, will just spin you out of control if you crash into it. It's really weird. Anyways, that was Nutty Acres, the entirety of Nutty Acres. We're not going back to that fucking stage. After this, we're gonna like cash in all the jiggies we got from this stage and then go straight to Logbox Act 6, which is one of the longest missions in the game, or one of the longest acts in the game. Act 6 doesn't love you. Oh, but first we are going to do the shopping trip, and we're right here. We're gonna get a bunch of crates, parts. We're gonna get a large tray and air cushions, both of which we're gonna be using later in the run. And in addition, all of these we're gonna be using later in the run. Clockwork Hazes, those are homing missiles, which we're gonna be using a lot for the final battle, along with the second torpedo. Those are gonna become really handy in final battle, and of course he wants to fucking crash right into me. Okay, we're gonna adjust this. The reason I'm like trying to be fidgety with adjusting, because there's a chance that if I don't have it in the right position, the jiggies will just not land in the tray, which is really bad. Air cushions, the tray we're gonna be using. What the fuck? Yo, I never got that to actually be able to work while the cutscene was playing. I didn't know if it was possible. Well, obviously it isn't helpful, but any case, the tray we're gonna be using right after the large tray we're gonna be using right in this mission, and the air cushions we're gonna be using for the last, or right in this act. The air cushions we're gonna be using in one of the last acts missions in the game, which you'll see later on. Not too much longer, but there is a reason why we buy all those, I guess. All right, so right here, first mission right here is a Locke's Choice mission. It would have been faster to just walk over to him at that point. God damn it. You're expected to bring this pig guy over here over to every camera in order to take pictures of them for whatever reason. But we're going to wait for him to come out, and we're still going to use this vehicle, but we're going to adjust it a little, because as you can see, there's a lot of extra... I messed this up. Okay. That was dumb. I forgot to attach it onto the back of the vehicle, or the front of the vehicle. So, whatever. It's not that big of a deal. We're going to wait till him to drop out again. There we go. So, we just, like, need to get all the extra baggage out of the way, because that'll just make the mission a lot harder and slower. Take a picture. Got a little dinghy right here. Oops. Don't worry about them crashing. As long as you take a picture of them, they're fine. Nobody's going to know that there's a security camera broken as long as we take that picture. Okay, if you would want to turn, that'd be great. There we go. Take that picture. All right, we got one last one right here in this hole. There we go. He's falling in victory. All right. Where am I going next? Okay, so this is what's annoying about this mission, this act, is like it's very hard to find this next mission. I remember doing my first run of this game. It took me like an hour just to find where the fuck this guy was, because he's so hidden under everything. But this is where the large tray comes into play. We're gonna use the vacuum tube. I'm sorry. And we're basically gonna suck up a bunch of these green guys over here, and then put them in the zapper and kill them, because they're viruses and they're destroying our good old Xbox or Logbox 720. I'm just gonna shoot that guy over there and kill him, just because he kind of gets in the way sometimes. We only need to suck up 10 of them. Oh my god. The annoying part is getting this vehicle into the mission. There we go. Oh my god, are you kidding me? There we go. Let's just run around, see if there's any stragglers we can kill off. Damn, we pretty much went pretty thorough. Huh? Yeah, we're the stragglers on this great sea of life. There we go. Alright. Now we're going to call back our vehicle. He's dancing in victory. Now, it would be faster if we could actually... You see that hole right there? It's actually technically faster to get through it, but it's really hard to do, so I don't know why I just went for it anyways. Thought it might have worked. It would have been cool if it did. The marathon might as well. And we're going to do this mission right here, crash into that ball, just because. And this is more Superman 64 / NASCAR / whatever. One last time we're going to be using Weak Room 2. This mission is extremely annoying because it's like very small. Like, as you can see, you're just driving in a very small circle. So if you use a fast vehicle, it definitely wouldn't be able to get under the 1 minute and 30 limit for the trophy. And there's obviously a lot of guys that can just crash into you really easily because you're going to be lapping them a lot. Like right over here. And like, if you crash into any wall right now, like it'll take like a good few seconds to spin, like get yourself readjusted. So that's also really annoying. Seem to be doing pretty well. I mean, I can mess up a bunch, but it's like, or I can mess up a little bit, but you don't want to mess up too much, like right there. That wasn't too bad. Also, like I mentioned before, the reason I have a propeller on is it helps you like reduce the ability to crash, or lose the impact of the crash. Some, like right there when I crashed, if I didn't have the propeller on, I would just spin out of control and it would take me like another 30 seconds to fucking recover. Alright, I think this is the last lap. I don't actually remember how many laps there are on this. Nope, got one more. But there's like 10 of them or something. I don't know, it's a lot. There we go. Alright. Our vehicle's right in position to get right to the next act, or next mission. So that weird ass exiting. Got bottles over here. This mission right here, it actually could be like 10, 15 seconds. Where is it? There you are. Okay, so it could actually be like 5 seconds. The thing is, this isn't the fastest way. What we're doing now is we're going to be carrying this pill and driving all the way to the top of this mission, or drive all the way to the top of this world, and then go back down into the water. Whoops. And then we're gonna bring it over to that statue that was over in the water. Now I mentioned before that it could be like take 5 seconds. There's a vehicle part called the energy shield that you can just use to just phase it through the wall. The problem is, me and the other main runner, Psycho, who we looked into it a lot, and we could not find a consistent way to do it to save our lives. So either A, we just don't know we're doing it wrong, or B, it's just one of those 1 in a million chances to get it to work. So if anyone can figure out how to do that consistently, you'll be my hero. We just need like a really good glitch hunter, because there's a lot of untapped potential in this game in general. There we go. Mission's over. We collected a note while we're at it too. Cool. We're gonna back up a little bit more. We got Mumbo right over here. We got one more mission. Unfortunately, we can't do this alone, so we got our good friend Nicolas Cage to supply his car. Nick Cage Mobile, Book of Seaman, my favorite movie. I think it's everyone's favorite movie, right? All right, so yeah, so right here, we basically have to do is kill these things, and they're gonna have like little balls inside of them. We get stuck up, and we're gonna attach them together and then put them on a statue. This mission can get really annoying because the balls sometimes just don't like to stay in the tray, and then like they'll just land on the disc right here or over around. Luckily, they were cooperative, so there's a certain combination we need to do. So controller, I did it wrong. Okay, can you attach the right part? This is where it gets annoying because like it does not want to attach the right part. I swear. Controller, dice. I swear to God, cards. Of course. Sometimes, because that stupid electric thing was in the way, I couldn't attach the last part. There we go. Hooray, we did it. Alright, that's Act 6, guys. Feels good, man. All right. So next act is missions we're doing is we have one more world to open. It's a Tower of Terrarium. And it's pretty short. There's this really cool strat that I learned about recently for the first mission that it used to cost a lot of RNG and it cost a lot of runs, but luckily I have a new strat that I discovered recently that is only slightly so, like, I'll explain it more when I get there, but for now, we're just gonna get some jiggies, get these last few jiggies, hope the cocks don't crash into us, and then, oh, they saw us immediately, hooray. Oh boy, I don't have a jiggy. It's a great, no, it's a masterpiece. I don't know what you're talking about. This run is extremely optimal right now. Get it out of the way. All right. Luckily, they weren't, he just barely missed crashing into me, luckily.
When the pigs try to get at you.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Or is it pop it like it's hot? I don't fucking know, dude. You can do both if you want. Alright, so I was tempted to do this strat where I hover. I'm tempted to do it. Fuck it, let's go for it. This is really stupid. I would never recommend doing this. But we're just gonna try this out. If it doesn't work, then whatever. The least we could say we tried. Yep, alright. Well, we tried. If you do that successfully, it saves seconds, but as you can tell, it's way too risky to be worth it. But I just had to try at least once, you know? Because it was a marathon run. Gotta go all the way back to the warp now. Cost like 30-40 seconds. We're gonna warp to Uptown. Why is the game so laggy right now? What the fuck? This is laggier than usual. Get out of the way. And we're gonna hover to this little planet over here. And he's gonna crash right into us, so he's gonna try to screw us over. That's great. I hate you so much. Wow. Wow. Amazing. What the fuck happened? Where's my ball? Oh my god, okay. At least it was right over there. They're not gonna let us go. This is what I get for trying a risky strat, guys. They're punishing me. What happened? This game, man, never stops, fails to deliver. All right, so we're in the middle. We only need to come here so we can drop this ball into the Plymouth. Nice, dude. At least I got that. I didn't think that was possible. All right, open this. All right, so we're gonna do a strat here called the Persimmering Bounce in just a bit. Like I mentioned earlier, there used to be a really risky strat that we do that would like only like take 3 frames, but it would like only take 5 seconds. Where we'd basically like, you'll see, but we're basically gonna have to use this stupid vehicle that we're supposed to. Hold on a second. There's a stupid vehicle that's like solar powered, and we're supposed to drive it all the way up this fucking this vine right here. We can't change the vehicle. Well, we can't choose a different vehicle, unfortunately, but we can edit the vehicle. Look at this garbage. So basically, what we used to do is like take the spring up and what we do is take the spring and attach it to the seat, and then remove both of them. Now, what we used to do is just like try to land it down a specific way, and then spring back all the way up to the top, which would be faster. But the thing is that is so risky that you barely ever get first try. So on average, I would take like 2 to 4 tries. And this method right here that I'm about to do, it's all position based. I'm just gonna drop it right here, bounce. My name is Madtaz 64. But yeah. Wait, what did they ask? Where the fuck is my vehicle? There you are. Like when I was derusting this game like 2 weeks ago. I was like fucking sick of that old strat, so I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna spend a couple hours looking into this strat. It only costs as much time as having to do the fast strat twice, so it's definitely worth doing. Alright, so this one we're gonna use Sticky Vroom, which is basically just Vroom with sticky balls attached. Basically what we're gonna have to do is take this ball, this seed, and bring it to a certain goal point. Unfortunately, every second, like it's just standing there, not in water, it takes like some health off. So we have to drive as fast as possible. And for some reason, this mission gets really laggy for my game console, but never for no one else ever has this issue. So I don't know if it's like some of the lag is just like console exclusive or whatnot, but it's stupid. That went really well though.
Your Xbox does look higher.
It's pretty old. I think this is like my third 360 or second, because you know like how these things work, red ring and everything. What, the vehicle or this?
Yeah.
They just fly into my.
Had like 6 of them.
Yeah.
It's just like you erase that from
I think I've actually had like 9 Xboxes.
Nice, dude. Gotta love the red rings.
You just wrap it in a wet towel.
Yep.
Oh my god, I had to do that, and it just like it worked for like a month, and then it just died.
I like to take it apart, unplug the fans, and then turn it on and leave it on for a few hours so it melts everything back together.
I just like I like to lay in a ball and cry, and then just buy a new one. Spend an extra $100. That's my strat.
It's a good strat.
All right, so right here, this mission's kind of okay. I thought that was gonna like slide me back down because of the platform I landed on. Anyways, okay, so this mission right here, we're gonna use Pen 25 sucker one more time, and we basically just have to. Where the fuck are you? There you are. Well, basically all we have to do is blow a bunch of balls into the water. It's kind of obnoxious because some of the balls are just in flowers, so you have to like knock 10 balls in, but like some of them you just have to adjust your driving for them.
Is Pen 25 some kind of code name?
Yeah, it's the code name for the secret organization. The Illuminati, man. They're out to get us.
Yeah, it's always.
Oh, there you are. Yeah. You thought that this was just for some speedrunning marathon? No, it's actually we're just trying to like. By watching this, you're all gonna be launched into space. It's all like conspiracy with technology and everything. I might have failed that joke, but we didn't fail this mission, so.
No, you did great.
Oh, thanks. All right, so this mission right here, we're basically just we have to blow a bunch of parts into deep space. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use this vehicle, go fish with guns. Believe it or not, the guy's username on the leaderboard I stole this from was just named Go Fish, and I just added guns to it. The reason I added guns to it is because you can just blow them in there real easily. Okay, it just messed up. There's one part right here that didn't go in. Get in. There we go. So, believe it or not, those two guys that are in the middle right there, or like between me and the garbage disposal bin, they like to like blow up the vehicles away, or like blow this trash away. So that really screws you over. So you use the guns to blow them up before they get a chance to. Okay, so this mission right here, I'm actually doing a slower strat just because this is like the latest vehicle that I added to the route, but I was too lazy at the time to make a different entirely separate vehicle for it. So I'm just like, fuck it. So what should happen is there should be a vehicle right here that I just land in and then just grab this. But I was just like, fuck it at the time. I'll eventually make a faster vehicle for it, but not today. We're just gonna drive up to the top. We gotta get past this pole right here, or this vine. Get in. Problem is like those platforms like above you can fuck you up.
It seemed pretty fast.
Yeah, I mean it can definitely be like 5-10 seconds faster. Just I need to care enough to make a new vehicle for it. That's all. All right, so we got one more act left, and that's Banjo Land Act 6. And this is next to the beginning of the game. I would consider this the hardest part of the game because there's like there's 2 missions that are extremely are pretty difficult, and they can go really badly depending on whether they want to cooperate or not. We'll see how it goes. We have to grab these last set of jiggies from Terrarium of Terror. I always want to call it Tower of Tragedy for whatever reason because they have the same initials. We're gonna crash into this guy again, tell him to get the fuck out of my sight. Luckily he just fell off the bridge. Warp back to town square. Cast the jiggies in, and then land back onto the warp. I don't know if I landed on the warp. Probably landed right near it. Oh, there we go. Warp to Trophy Thomas's house one more time. Go straight to Act 6 over there. I'm starting to get hungry. What time is it?
2:05.
Fuck, dude. hate having this late-ass breath lunches, man. Alright, so we're going to spring across here instead of driving across just because we can, and it's faster. It looks cool. We'll spring jump into the water even though we land into the world for no real reason, but it's funny looking. And... Alright, so this mission here, that's coming right up as soon as it stops floating. You see that igloo here? We're gonna knock that down. We're gonna tear down that wall, just like they did in the 90s, or was it the 80s? I don't fucking remember. I usually make a specific vehicle. I made a specific vehicle just for this to because we here at this National Administration of Speed Anal love speedrunning games. We love space. I don't know if you could tell because that thing went way too fast, but yeah, we got the NASA logo here, and we got a giant planet too. I feel like this vehicle actually probably works better than the vehicle you usually use, but whatever. That was actually really well done. All right. I don't know.
Mumbo confirmed space Africa.
Yes.
That's part of the world.
Yeah. Mumbo himself? Yeah, he's the entire continent, dude.
What?
Yeah, crazy how entire continent can just walk around like a normal person. That's why we're so for equality and such, so people can hit, like him won't be.
Yeah, poor Mumbo.
Where the fuck are you? There you are. Okay, so the reason that this is named such is because there's a guy on the leaderboard named Captain Knuckles, and I just was like, ha, more like Captain Fuckles, am I right? Anyways, so the mission here is to grab Patch over here. All right. See, the thing about the sticky ball is that sometimes, even if you stick the enemy, it just doesn't want to stay on. I don't know why, but it just does that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take Fit over here, or Mr. Patch over here. I go get their asses messed up. And we're going to drag him towards this, the Cactus of Strength over here. Now, ideally, he'll get hit. If we drive him to the back, he'll just get hit over and over. And then he'll just, like, die, and then we won the mission. Hooray. That actually went really well, but, like, that's such a weird, annoying mission because, like, so many things can go wrong. Like, right there at the beginning, the first time. Like, as you saw, like, the thing didn't stick. And then sometimes you drive into the back, and for some reason, it won't register the hit, even though he's, like, taking damage. And then other times, you'll try to drive to the back of the fucking Cactus of Strength, but it'll just, like, blow him forward. And it's really annoying. Okay, so this is another really terrible mission. You're playing golf. You're expected to hit the ball into the end goal under like 3 strokes, but by using the air cushions we bought earlier, we can just grab the sheep ball and just not hit them at all. Unfortunately, whoops, I accidentally do 2 strokes. But as long as we don't do like 4 strokes, it's fine. We need to get under 3 strokes, I think, or 3 or under. But yeah, like as long as you're touching the, it's touching the air cushions, it won't take a hit. But the problem with this mission obviously lies that sometimes it hits the other parts of this vehicle, like that. Luckily, we have just enough to get through. That was pretty good. Yeah, it would have sucked if I had to do that mission over a lot, because I don't know. It's just like one of my least favorite missions. All right, so to end off the all the acts, we got one last racing mission, one last foray into the world of Superman 64. I hope you guys enjoy. My throat's starting to hurt. Holy shit. So funny thing about this mission, I actually think I have a leaderboard time on the in-game time in this level. It's like you can get under a minute in this specific mission, but it requires such stupid risk strats that it's just like it never happens during a run. I think I like grinded that fucking time for like an hour or 2 to get it, and I was just like ready to claw my hair out. I don't know why I did it. I felt really stupid afterwards because it was a waste of time.
Like all speedrunners.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know why you guys are even watching. You're just wasting your time. You can just get outside and live your life.
Just waiting to die, man.
Yeah. See, like shit like that happens if you try to go super fast. Also, I completely forgot about it, but I'm really low on fuel right now. So I'm probably going to run out right before I get to the end. Oh well.
Here goes.
I missed the... Nice. Yeah, that's what the annoying part about this mission is. A lot of times, like, you'll try to hit it, the circle, and it just won't register the hit, and then sometimes it will. Like, it's very finicky. I'm just gonna wait for the field to come back. Alrighty. Yeah. I think like if I remember correctly, 1 minute and 10 seconds is like really good under it. But anyways, that's all the missions. We just have Grunny and like one. Well, actually, we have one more mission left, and then Grunny. But as far as like all the other ones, we're done. So yeah, so right here, what we're gonna do after this stops loading forever. All right, there we go. So what we're gonna do, collect these 4 Jiggies over here, and then we're gonna do one last Trophy Thomas trip. It's kind of riskier to actually bring them both in one trip, but it's obviously faster. But depending on risk, I might try to where the policeman is. I might try to just go bring these back in, and then I can make it. Famous last words. No, he doesn't. Don't worry. He didn't see me. Fuck my life. They're always toppling over. Oh my god! No! No! Get up.
This is a good video game.
Yeah, it's really great physics. So now, unfortunately, we're just gonna take these off.
He's helping.
He's helping really well. Alright, there we go. We got 5. Alright, so now we have enough to open up the last world, so we're just going to enter there now. Now, ideally, you would have just driven in there into the bank, and they would all just fall into place, but life, man. Why are you toppling over like that when I spring? What the fuck? See, like I said, when you crash, sometimes the vehicle just performs worse for whatever reason, and I don't get why. Alright, so we're back to where it all began, where the series all began, and now it's where it all ended. Unless they make a sequel. Maybe someday. Spiral Mountain. It's a great bookend. So, before we fight Grunny, we actually have to do this set of 6 challenges, and I almost just missed the top. That would have been really stupid if I missed that, but I exited too early. We gotta do this set of 6 challenges to prove that we have what it takes to fight Grunny one last time, even though we beat her like 4 times already. So we're gonna use Spiral 1, version 3. For the first challenge, we're going to play King of the Hill over here, because it's our favorite anime.
It's the best one.
Yeah, definitely. Next to Avatar and I forget. But anyways, yeah. So we're gonna just land in here, or sit in here for 12 seconds, not too hard. And usually, during most of the Banjo games, the quiz shows actually pose a challenge and can screw you over. Luckily here, all you have to do, the only things the quiz shows do is just give you extra in-game time. And we don't need trophies anymore, so we're just going to skip through them. I don't even know, apparently I got them all wrong, but it's whatever. I don't know what I'm doing. I never played this game before, actually. They just hired me off the street to come play this. So it's not like I'm going to know what the game's about. Like,
you're the only one getting paid here.
Yeah, this will give me 20 bucks. All right, so we're gonna bring this eyeball that came from Grunny's eye up the top of the, up there, the jewel eye, and bring it back to where it belongs. I'm gonna crash into here, because that was totally intentional.
They look good.
Yeah. I'm gonna, right over here, I'm gonna dunk it in. Damn, that was a good dunk! I never did that well before.
I'm rock solid right now.
I'm so rock solid. My nuts are bolting as we speak. Did I get any right answers?
You got 1, I think.
Nice. I got 1 again. I got 2 questions. Dude, I'm a master. Alright, so here we're gonna just shoot some shit down. More target practice. Like I mentioned about torpedoes earlier, I usually try to shoot 2 of them at once towards these before I move on, turn around, because sometimes they just won't register a hit like that one there, so it's always good to just overshoot it.
I love Pilot Wings.
Yeah, that's my favorite manga.
They fucked up the animator.
Yeah, what a bunch of assholes. It's just all it was. They just try to use it for a quick profit. It's pretty sickening.
that cliffhanger ending.
The cliffhanger ending. Yeah. In all seriousness, I still need to play that series. It seems really fun. I just never got around to it.
It's fun, but I'm bad at it.
Bad to the bone?
Oh,
Dang.
God, I wish.
Alright, so we're doing one more romp around the rings. This one's pretty obnoxious because, like, the vehicle's like, this vehicle is supposed to be like an all-in-one vehicle, but almost every part it does it, like, instead of doing it very well, the vehicle just performs mediocrely. So, like, as you can see, it's very easy for me to crash in this shit. And, like, I'm surprised I didn't lose my wings right there as I was trying to fly or, like, activate them, because, like, you know how wings are with the, if you don't, see, fuck my life. Like, if you're, like, a certain distance next to something, the vehicle's wings just won't work. Come on. There we go. Dude, get in. Oh, God, I hate my life. All right, we got it. We got it. We just gotta drive around a little bit more. Come on. It's seriously like threading a needle. And I don't have spring on this like I do with every other vehicle because this vehicle's stupid. Fuck my life, dude. Okay. Here we go. Take 3 or 4. If you just, I don't know. It just like won't turn. Thank you. Finally, we gotta slow down now, otherwise I'll miss this ring too. All right, we got only 2 more rings, people. We're in this. I'm totally gonna miss this one. Nope, I didn't. Thank God.
Oh, God.
Oh my God. Dude, I don't even know if I'm gonna get Trophy Thomas in this. Whatever, man. Fuck Trophy Thomas, he can suck my dick.
He's got nice moves, though.
He's got the moves, the grooves. What was the name of the game? He's got some smooth moves, just like Wario does. Dude, I just noticed, I can totally hear the thing, like, you hear the menu just going off. Like, they didn't even bother to program the removal of the menu.
No, at this point, they've given up, I think.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, so right here, we got to bring these honeycombs over to log for whatever reason. I'm going to try to play it safe and, like, shoot down these enemies, but they can't screw you over. I think I missed one, but whatever, we'll be fine. I'm going to put these in this tray. And we're going to use this log over here to get as a ramp. Or we're going to fail using the log to get as a ramp. We could just, nope, screw it. We're not going to use that log as the ramp. Oh well. Can you drive up? I can't move at all. Nice fucking mission, man. And this is why this game is amazing. There we go. All right, so we're gonna just basically we have to bring these honeycombs over the log, and we're gonna crash into him because it's really funny looking. Well, it's not even. I didn't do it that well, but usually the camera just shifts. You see it shifting a little, but sometimes I can make it so he'll fall all the way down to the bottom of the silo or the mountain silo. I can't believe I just fucking called it that.
This isn't gold.
This isn't fucking Banjo Tooie either.
I'm thinking about the facility song now. Also, this is the last rare game with the Grand Circle soundtrack.
Yeah, he quit right after this.
Yeah.
I think from what I heard, he got annoyed by the one of the developers who he's working with. They kept taking over. All right, so there we just had to blow off the cog wobbles. That's all, and we did it. All right, so now we can fight Grunny. I'm gonna drive over here. Vehicle can go fly around as it pleases. All right, so this mission, we're basically just gonna dunk. We're gonna basically where is room? There you are. This mission is pretty annoying. There's 5 phases. There's 2 phases that are especially annoying, and you'll see why when you get here. But this one's pretty easy. All you do is just use the sticky ball, make you drive around, and we're gonna drive backwards, dunk her into water. You're gonna see me dunk her into water a lot because if I dunk her into water, she just automatically quits. Yeah, but it's like a lot of times it's really annoying to get her into the water. Like this one is probably one of the worst phase, because she's on a boat, motherfuckers. But like a lot of times the thing will just disconnect, like that. Like the sticky ball just disconnected, so you like try to have to reattach. And then sometimes like the sticky balls just won't like exit your fucking, or like they won't like detach or whatever. So it's like that's also annoying. Right here she's turning invisible, so she's gonna try to drive around, but we know where she's gonna land. And there's something attached to me, so that's gonna mess me up. Of course it did. Great. I see her. Come on, I hate you. Alright, whatever, we got her. We just drive into the water. Amazing. Oh my god. Please. Oh, okay, that works. I guess she just blew herself out of the vehicle. I'll take it. I was supposed to dunk her into water, but I don't care. Okay, so we're going to dunk her into water one more time. I'm going to shoot now because there's a guy right there that would fuck me over if I didn't. Don't worry, we'll see her float.
That was a little weird.
Alright, well, it sucks for you. Alright, so this last mission, okay, time starts when I blow up to her. Sorry, I had to interrupt the joke, but this actually requires some explanation. Alright, so right there, time. Or wait, no, time's right now. Okay. Yeah. What's the time? 2:05:45. Okay, that's 2 minutes off my PB. That's pretty nice. Yeah, so, okay, so explain that, what the fuck happened at the last mission. You basically, you want to switch, I need to switch to torpedoes really quickly and then shoot her down, like the way I did there. And if I didn't shoot her down when I did, the mission would probably take another 30 seconds to beat, because like she'll just fly around and then like for some reason you can't attack her from the back, so you just gotta keep fucking flying and hope that you can hit her. Anyways, yeah, that was Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts.
How reliable is that strat?
Very reliable. You can just do it. It's pretty easy once you know what to do. It's just sometimes you just gotta make sure that you're flying. Like when you like go off of the little tower that you're on, you just want to make sure that you're like hold up and like you're not gonna fall into the ground. Yeah, but so yeah, that's Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. Yeah, it's a fun game. I don't know, a lot of people give a shit because they're nostalgia, but they just need to pull their head out of their ass, honestly, and just learn to enjoy the game for what it is. It's been 8 years, guys. If you guys enjoy this game, I'm probably going to be doing more runs of this now and get back into it, but also if you want to learn the game, I have plenty of resources. I have an outdated tutorial that I might update someday, and a bunch of other stuff you guys can use. Just message me or check the speedrun.com boards and shit. Yeah, right here. Did I get a lot of shit for saying that?
No. Somebody's saying they really enjoyed the commentary, but not the game.
Well, fuck them then.
This game does kind of suck, but I love it.
It's fun. It just has really bad physics.
It's just really frustrating.
Yeah, it's a pretty frustrating game. Like, but anyways, I'm gonna disconnect everything. I don't know. Do you